In this video, we're going to be going over the best possible team for limited season 2 week 5 in NBA 2K23 My Team. And as you guys can see on the screen, these are going to be the game requirements. Your lineup must be an 84 overall or lower, and no free agent cards are allowed. I like this requirements. This adds a lot of different variety to what squads people are going to be running. I hate when it's just like one ruby card and the rest must be sapphire, one amethyst card, the rest must be ruby. I don't like those requirements. I like these ones where your lineup must be an 84 overall. There's a couple different ways you guys can go about this. You can build like a really good 5-man team. For example, you can go with guys like if you have Tim Thomas, you have Anthony Davis, right? You can put both those guys in your lineup, and that's going to be, you know, obviously hiring the overall, but then you can maybe go for some lower tier cards like Sapphire Daniel Marshall, who's a really good option as well. At shooting guard, I'd recommend going with a guy like Kelly Oubre, a really good amethyst card, and then same thing at point guard, go with another really good amethyst card like Dennis Smith Jr. And then if you want to run a 5-man and you don't really care about your bench, what you can do is you can look for these gold cards, and you want to find the lowest gold cards in the game. 68 overall Mac McClung would be perfect. I know the Warriors have a lot of, you know, lower tier gold cards that you could definitely add to your lineup, but then there's also a different way you can go about this, and you can maybe go with more of a balanced team, right? So what you guys want to do to find these lower tier overalls is just pick a team and then go down to their lowest tier gold. So for example, I'll go look at the Thunder, and then I'll click gold, and I'll go all the way down to their 70 overall, and you can do this whatever team you want to find the lowest overall player they do have. So we'll go Sam Hauser or Hauser, however you say his name. We'll go with the Celtics again because I think they also had a 69, and then we're going to go with the last gold card. For example, we'll go with the Suns, and we'll get up Jock Land, I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, for example, right, this team is an 84 overall. My team must be an 84 overall or lower, so this is going to be a perfect squad. We got Tim Thomas, Anthony Davis, Kelly Oubre, Dennis Smith Jr. For me, the way I play limited, I only use a 5-man team because if I don't get the person to rage quit after the second quarter, I most likely just quit unless I'm winning by a lot and I just want to, like, you know, let the game play out. But for me, this is what I would run. For me, this is the best possible team you guys can build because you're going to go into limited, and if you have Tim Thomas, if you have Anthony Davis, if you have this good of a squad and people are running like some rubies, some amethyst, maybe a couple diamonds, you're going to be able to dominate with this lineup because, for example, Tim Thomas, Anthony Davis, like these guys are insane, especially if you're going against a little bit weaker of squad. So if this is one way you guys can do it, if you want to go for maybe more a little bit of a balanced way, you can get rid of a guy like Anthony Davis, and you can go for maybe like a Vucevic, right? That should lower overall down to an 83, and then maybe you can get like a backup budget point guard for when Dennis Smith Jr. gets tired, right? Anthony Simmons is a really good option. Maybe you want to go Desmond Bane, and then now you have a little bit more versatility. But what I will say, what most people are probably going to want to do is just go really budget and just use a bunch of good amethyst cards. So we have a good Dennis Smith Jr. We have, what's his name? We have Dennis Smith, we have Kelly Oubre, and then for small forward, another really good amethyst card is probably going to be, who's a good amethyst small forward? I'm not exactly sure who's good at that small forward for amethyst cards. You guys can let me know. But yeah, for example, there's a couple different ways you guys can run this. I'm drawing a blank on good amethyst. Maybe Robert Horry is pretty good. For some reason, I can't think of good amethyst cards at the small forward position. Yeah, but if you guys want to go like Anthony Simons, right, he can maybe be your backup point guard, right? Let me just go pick up Anthony Simons real quick for 6,000 MT, right? You guys can run him at the backup point guard spot, you know, if you guys wanted to on your limited lineup. So let me go show you guys kind of a different way you can do it, but I do think the best possible way is putting like Tim Thomas, Anthony Davis, your higher overall tier cards, and then kind of having no bench. But if you want to have a bench, you can go with guys like Anthony Simons, right? He can be your backup point guard, and then Desmond Bane, for example, can be your backup shooting guard. So a lineup like this could work as well. If you want to have like one super high tier card, that's what I'd recommend doing, is at least have one super really good card, whether that's a diamond, whether that's maybe Diamond Donovan Mitchell, right? Let's say you don't have Tim Thomas, right? And you just want to run like a sapphire card, for example. Maybe there's a better option you guys know about, but you can do something like this, right? Let's say your best card is Diamond Donovan Mitchell. He can be your point guard, and then now you have more room for improvement with the rest of your squad. You can go for a little bit better of a power forward. Maybe you want to go Sean Kemp, right? You can kind of balance it whatever way you want to. This is why I like this limited requirement, because there's so many different lineups you guys can come up with. Like, let's just say, for example, we get a better small forward like a Ruby or an Amethyst. This team is most likely going to be an 84. Let me just make sure. So it would be an 85. So you're going to have to go with like a Sapphire you know, maybe like a Paul George. There's just a bunch of different players you guys can run, right? So let me know in the comment section down below, what is your guys' limited teams looking like? Like I said, there's something you can do for this. For example, Vucevic is really good. Kelly Oubre is really good for like kind of your budget cards. And then you got Sean Kemp, you got D Mitch, and then even off the bench, you got Anthony Simons, Desmond Bane, who you can maybe start at shooting guard and then move Kelly, something like this, right? You could go something like this and then put another gold card in the lineup, and then maybe you can have like some more players, right? You guys can do whatever you want. I think there's a bunch of different ways to run this lineup, but like I said, what I would do personally for me and the squad I have, I would do this, and then off the bench I'd have all gold cards. And then I'd probably throw Kelly to the 2 and then get that Daniel Marshall and put him at that small 4 position, and then just have the rest of the team being gold cards, because like I said, I don't use my bench, so I get rid of Anthony Simons, put in a gold card, and this is the lineup I would personally run. Oh wait, I can get Donovan Mitchell instead of Dennis Smith Jr. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, so I would do this. I didn't even know you could get D Mitch in this lineup. So yeah, I can run D Mitch, Kelly Oubre, Daniel Marshall, Tim Thomas, and Anthony Davis in one single team. So yeah, this would be my best limited team. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.